So this one is going to be a daily Heartwork session. This is my seventh daily Heartwork session. It's kind of just on succession and success, like what you have to do and what you have to push through in life. Those things matter, but you have to make sure that you do, and no matter what. And sometimes that no matter what is the hardest part to realize, because you have or you could have a relationship of 25 years, 30 years that is and has been working in the demands in the negative in your life with absolution and aim. Like they have to complete this task with your life, because your life is in the whims based on things that they have done. So though they may be pretentious engineers of a relationship, of a love that does not exist, you have to realize that through those things, they're like, I have to admit, for the past couple weeks and longer, dealing with this stuff has dropped me. Like in the past couple weeks especially, it's dropped me, and then before that it's just made things so hard just to continue on pushing on. Because look, you have these inclinations of the sentiment that is being brought to the table, and then after the inclinations and you are confronting these people, they are in it to win it, and with your life being in the way, it's about taking you out of the world, not just misplacing you, not just let's hopefully land him in jail, or get him into a position where he's on his very last ability, or you're on your last little bit of energy to be able to push through this stuff, and they know it. They come to you when you're just folded up on yourself, tired, and they create that worse kind of narcissistic abuse. And then your brain is just, your actual brains, not your mind, your brains are literally just hurting. They have, like, you can't function right. And so you're pushing through this all the time. Then it becomes demanding of you. You have to push through everything, every obstacle that comes up your way. And sometimes it's hard. It's going to drop you. Meaning, you just, like, legitimately, what happened to me twice now was just falling. Like, there's no me holding me up anymore, no matter how hard I wanted to hold myself up. And it was like, oh wow, at least I made it through that door, or you know what I mean, or at least I made it to my bed. But even if you do those things and you're that folded up on yourself based on how these people are moving in your life, you have to know that you deserve that succession, the succession on the success that you're trying to take up in the world, and that you were trying to take up with your own relationships with them even. It's pretty daunting to know that when you're, like, trying to level up, you're just doing what you can to try and, like, push really hard to, like, dig yourself out from under and do these things, that these people who claim they love you and claim they're there for you are doing things in real sick and hideous ways to get you to not only fold up on yourselves in ways of, like, a suicidality, but to get you to fold up on yourselves as far as being able to push through, grind, get the things that you need done, And then it just becomes hard because you legit have 2 weeks, 2 months, or longer. With what it turned into for me was a year of things that I had let go because I was being told, "Oh, don't worry about that. We'll get that. We'll get to there." And all the while, there was never any plan of ever getting there. It was all just to help whatever ways that they could, whether or not it be leaves in my yard or something that needs to be done in the yard that's not being done, or something in the garage, or something to the car, or something around the house. It's just a way that they're able to placate on your emotional well-being, making it impossible for your future, or that's the hope. Impossible for your future is what you think, based on, oh, I have this, that, and the other, and then I have all this stuff I already need to do. I have my daily, everything that I need to do, plus now I have a year's worth of catch-up work to do. A year's worth of catch-up work to do here, 6 months worth of catch-up work to do there, 4 months here, 2 weeks there, 2 months there. You find yourself just really hurt because these people folded up on you in that way, and not only folded up on you in that way, but within my case and my scenario, they were working really hard to remove me from the world. And I believe wholeheartedly, if I was to ever figure out the stuff that's going on with my stomach, I think it would translate into, that's the reason they needed you to, because if you get blocked up and you're blocked up and your shit's not going nowhere, you're gonna die. You're gonna have a heart attack. You're gonna die. And so with all of those things happening within my body, it's kind of like I'm just drinking water, praying a lot. It's demanding of me as far as my moral and ethical way I take up to myself, and especially with where I take my prayer value to God. And so I just want to give this message to people because it means a lot that you guys are here, and I don't want you guys to be quitters when things come up in your lives that are to push you under and to push you down. Like it really pushed me down to learn about a recent, like I just liked this girl, and I kind of used the aura of who she was as someone that she wasn't to get me through what I was going through. I used that image in my mind as a way that was like, you do deserve someone better. You do deserve someone that's not going to treat you these ways. And so when you're in the midst of that, that's what I did. And not in like not in like some kind of loser way or anything like that. It was just legit a prayer value, and that's it. It wasn't anything beyond that. It was just I wanted to not only have someone to pray for that I felt like the Lord could do something with, but I also wanted to pray for that kind of life for myself. So I was like creating this fairy tale life in my head to like pull myself out from under. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but it was like, this is your reality, and this fairy tale in my mind, this is your real reality. This is the one that you would have otherwise had been living if you weren't in this mess. You see what I mean? And so it helped me pull out from under, helped me continue, And so, with that being said, like, sure, I don't know, maybe I didn't do the right thing, but it feels to me like I did. Feels to me like I did 100% the right thing. But when I came to find out that uh, not only wouldn't I have been important, it's like someone that hurt you that bad, someone that actually has put you through that much pain, all of a sudden, like you're still in love with that person. You don't think you could ever feel love for anyone else like that ever again. Um, I, what? I mean, like, seriously, what? I mean, that's just what it got me thinking. Like, and then all of a sudden, like 2 weeks later, I got someone with the same name looking at me, and I'm like, I'm looking at his page going, if this is even anything close to what the fuck you were like, excuse my language, if this is anywhere close to like the truth here, like this is that guy. You were in love with him, and then you like wanted to whatever me. Okay, bye. Sorry, but bye. Don't care. And like, that's just sad. It's just sad because I'm sorry, this person was hurt, beyond her own recognition of that pain. And so, I mean, I'm not trying to come down on anybody here, man. I just wanted to put that out there right off the bat. I'm not trying to come down on her for having feelings for someone that would do that to her. I mean, that's trauma bonding in a nutshell. There's no love there. I don't care what kind of things you guys do together. You know, that's not love. So anyway, I'm gonna continue here, and this is the bulk of the message. The Heartwerk session on success is just, it's plain old amazing what you can actually do when you don't give up. If you give up and you don't take that next 45 minutes, hour and a half, whatever it is that you have to that you'd have left, or that you would have to like push through these things, and don't take anybody's guff or any of the naysayers who refuse to like say that you can do anything, or that you can like anyone that's out there that's like continuously getting you to fold up on yourself. You have to be aware of that. Like, sure, you love them. You might be betrayed, because betrayal comes from people that you love and that you care about. It's the only place that it can come from. But that's just the thing. They're not going to get away with deceiving you. You might have like pushed on that deception for all you're worth, but you're not going to get away with, you're not going to pull that rug over my eyes. Not forever. So anyway, the essence of success lies in your sheer indefatigability. You can't get tired, and even when you are tired, you have to push through. It gives you energy when you do, and when you refuse to quit, when you refuse to just, you need breaks. You could take breaks, and you can, that kind of thing, but you cannot give up. You cannot give in to the naysayers. You cannot give in to what these other people want for you, what they're pushing you through, what they're putting upon you, the obstacles that they're setting up for you. You will emerge victorious if you just do not give up. So don't. Not ever. The journey to success demands that you navigate through the gauntlet and come out unscathed. God is going to put you through those gauntlets if you're trying to come out victorious. You have to go through these things in order for God to bless you, I believe, and any other blessing that comes without any true grit in that kind of way isn't a true success at all. If it just comes handed down to you or something like that, no one's going to respect you. No one's going to think like, oh, you had it so hard and then you made it out victorious. No, you were born into victorious, and people see that. And so when people think that success is somehow about getting away with treating people this poorly, getting away with treating people so bad, getting away with trying to make them fold up on themselves, pushing them to the brink. I mean, would you have thought you had won if that person committed suicide or any other? Would you have thought that you had won? You're a fucking loser, and I don't care how you go about your business. Treating people with that kind of disrespect, disregard, and that poor, and still thinking you've won. If you do that, you're not a winner. You're a loser, and I don't care what you got by your side. I don't care who stands by your side. You're a fucking loser to do that to somebody in the first place. Not to mention that person being your own significant other, your own friend, their own support system, that kind of thing. So if you can do that, you're worse than a loser. And I don't care what kind of money you hold. That money, anything you have, is just bullshit. So every day, you have to show up and work. Regardless how you feel, it's not as difficult when you understand that there is no light without the darkness. So sometimes you have to face those troubles. You have to go through the gauntlet. You have to go through that darkness to achieve greatness. You can't just stop. I know at times in my reality, I am being literally led into the darkest, blackest room that's so wide, and there's I think of it like there's a key in this room. There's a key, there's a door, there's a window, there's something, and you have to find it. You're blind, you're led in the dark, you don't know what your reality is, and you have to still attack it with fortitude. In that way, you're going to find that key. Come hell or high water, I'm going to find this key, and I'm going to get out of this hurt locker that they got me in, because that's where they want you. In a hurt locker, locked up in all of that pain, so that they can achieve whatever little grandiose success that they want to achieve with your life. Your life being a means to an end. Whatever ends that they're in a means to corrupt your life in that way, it's the same thing. That is just pure evil. Sometimes you have to face troubles and go through these things, but you have to stop believing that anyone has more power over your own life than you do. God endowed you with the unique talents at birth, and your responsibility is to harness that power, learn what it is, train on it, grow it, become that talent. To be successful, you have to stay unmatched in your perspicacity and have a relentless drive. It's essential to your success if you're going to make any true success at all. Even when you're tired and you're feeling overwhelmed, you must keep working hard. You have to keep pushing through and going through those darknesses. God doesn't reward quitters, and He can't reward quitters. Oh, you're almost there, but you took the exit just before you got there, or 3 exits before you got there, or you quit, you gave up. You can't quit. You can't give up. I know how tired you are. I know how I know how painful that it is. I know that you have pain coursing through your body at times. Do not quit. If you abandon your journey halfway through, you're not just trying to reach the other side. You're trying to reach the other side. You're not going to reach the other side. And you're going to just be reaching and reaching and reaching. But you have to know that you have to keep going in order for you to reach those obstacles or reach those opportunities on the other side. Don't let others drag you down or convince you that you're not good enough. You're good enough, and your work matters. Success will come if you persevere, and if those around you are willing to work as hard as you do. You have to surround yourself with people who believe in you and who don't give up on you. You see, oftentimes I've put in unmatched energy into what other people want for me, but then when I'm working on something of mine, and then it's like, do I have any of your support back? Would you work on these things as hard as would you do anything to work on anything that is of mine as hard as I would go to work on yours? You have to surround yourself with people who want and share that same crucial maintaining and understanding of where you're trying to go. The mental resilience needed to overcome these challenges is just one part in it. You have to have the support of people who are willing to also maintain that mental resilience and who also have that same goal in mind. If the goal in mind isn't the same, and the goal in mind is specifically money or specifically this is the only way, it's this way or the highway type of thing, choose the highway, choose the ladder, get out of there. Because I found myself throwing time, energy, resource, my money, my history, the things that I've done to pull up that kind of money was maybe not looked at, but it's like, well, what did I just do? As opposed to like the percentage of money that they have. The percentage of money that they had would have drained up all, like, to take the money that I just threw at the wall to just that little part, just the money that I threw at the wall, hoping that something would stick type of thing. But if it was like that percentage was there, well, these people would have lost their houses, maybe cars, a lot of things. And so they're not able then to put it into perspective with what you did or what you were willing to do or anything like that. So it really hurts because say you just want unmatched perspicacity in that same way, that same drive, that you would be driven for them in that way. And then you come to find out that anything you're working on isn't even, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because if it mattered, they'd be willing to look at it in full. They'd be willing to help you with it in full. And so, devote yourself to a mission that is worthy of your time and energy. And hopefully, eventually, people come together. But who knows? Together we might be able to change the world. I wholeheartedly believe that together we do and we will change the world. I believe that there's already ways out there that have changed the world for the better in those areas. But remember, success doesn't come from the weak minds that succumb to iniquity and treachery. If that's the case, and all people are trying to do is work within iniquity and treachery, you must thrive despite these challenges. Work hard and train daily, but you have to realize that You have to get away from these people. You have to get away from these people, and you have to, uh, how do you put that? You have to know that with your ways and your prayer walk with the Lord, what the Lord is doing in your heart and your mind and all that kind of stuff, you have to know that those things matter more than anything, more than any one thing out there. And so when people are just doing things to try and take you out of that work, see, God has a plan for you, and you're working your plan. You don't necessarily know what that plan is per se, but you're just working towards it. You're working towards it because it's kind of like what God has instilled and set inside of your heart. It's just to work hard for that dream that you have. And so, well, my dream is to be a drummer. I want to be a drummer. Like, I feel like if I had the things that other people have as far as financially goes, I would be the number one drummer. I mean, as far as like what I do for myself, I love what I do, and I love what I can do. And when I grow on it, and I learn a new skill, I learn a new trick, a new something with the drumming, it's just amazing what you feel like, and like you don't get that feeling from anywhere else in the world. And so, yeah, I want to be a drummer. That's my goal. So it's not to be a rapper. It's not to do all this other stuff. It's not to, work at McDonald's or go drive 400 miles a day to give people food, groceries, and McDonald's. It's not a dream of mine. You're fulfilling somebody else's dream. And so, despite these challenges that you're up against, you just have to know you have to put yourself out there and grind it out daily. When you feel like you can't go any further, and this will come up, you just feel like you just can't. You have to take a step back. You have to breathe. Maybe you have to take that whole day off, or just the daytime off and get back at it that night. Or maybe you have to wait the whole day and you have to get on it the next day, but don't wait on the sidelines too long. And it has to be that next day or the following day after that. You can't wait that long. You have to be on it, on that mission every day. So don't stay on the sidelines. Start today. Do it for yourself. You might get rebuttal from people. Doesn't matter. Continue to do it anyway. Surround yourself with people who are equally committed to you, that you are committed to them. Sometimes those are the hardest things to see, and the hardest things when you do see to just come to terms with. So stay on the course and don't let anyone silence you or to drag you up out of yourself in that way. Speak up and give yourself a chance and make profound changes. Make profound changes within your habits, within your health, what you are willing to do, how far you are willing to go, and the lengths that you are willing to go to for it. Change all of that. When your vision becomes clear, it can uplift a society and bring immense value to the world around you. And if you don't know that, you have to know that. It doesn't matter if any of these naysayers they want to be trolls, or they want to wreck you, or they want to do something to hurt you, whatever it be. They don't want to be a part of anything that you want to be a part of. And it's sometimes some of the hardest things that you have to come to terms with. But keep your vision clear, and don't allow any of that negativity and iniquity that others work into your life to overtake you. You have to know that it's there. You have to know that it's a possibility to be there at all times, and you have to know that it's a possibility that with your love, with your heart, that you might have to walk away, and sometimes walk away from people that you love dearly. We all fall short. and you'll fall short if you allow this kind of negativity into your life, into your focus, and into your mind. So you have to stay focused on your goals and take care of your goals and yourselves first. Only then can you actually take care of others anyway, is when you're able to be independent and to take care of yourself. Also, stand up to those who try to break you down. Confront their lies. Confront their insidious acts against you. Confront them head on, and never back down to the war that they've created in your life. If they've created war in your life, it should give you that much more of a reason to attack it with that much more fortitude, and do that. They don't determine your outcome unless you let them. If you let them and you let them bring you down, then you're down. But look who did that. Look who allowed that. You did. And sometimes I get it. Sometimes there's things that come up that you just don't have any control over. And you don't. That's not you. And if someone knocks you back that bad to where you don't even know what your reality is that you're facing, or the reality is that's been set up in your path, you're left in that dark way, dark place. And if there is a key, they surely didn't leave it there. They don't want you to get out. So remember that too. Sometimes you're in the black, you're in the dark pitch black. You don't know anything about your reality. And look, you can't see, you can't feel, you can't hear, think, smile, breathe. You're like lost with where to go in this. And so sometimes those things they'll knock you down, because look, you won't be able to find the door. And so some of these things, I'm just gonna say, have affected me for years on end, for me to come to the realizations and what I've been coming out with. Basically, motherfucker can move like that in my life. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it this way. He deserves to get his fucking lip split, his fucking head knocked the fuck off. No threats involved here. I'm just saying what he actually deserves to get. Because you rise up every day and you put yourself together in a way for that person as well. Not just for yourself, but for them as well. And they could do this to you. They could legit leave you in that kind of hurt locker for years to come. And you didn't know? I'm sorry, but you have to stand up to those. You have to confront those demons. And and without fortitude, I have no problem facing these motherfuckers that want to do these kinds of things and set these kinds of things up for people. They work in iniquity. They use everything that they can get. Your everything, anything anything you bringing to them, they're using to target you, to misalign you, to hack up on your information, and then utilize in that way to support them, to support themselves. Yeah. Go ahead and support yourself, G. I don't know how you hold yourself up, but just remember this. God sees the struggles you're going through. God sees the pain that you're in. God sees the tears that you've cried. So keep moving forward with prayer and doing heart work, doing inner work, and channeling work to make the soil of your heart, impenetrable to all of the disease, all of the crap that they want to spray up and like put it into the actuality of the picture of like what's going on in the world. where they're like making the sick soil so they can have their genetically modified organized plants meant to completely put you in the hands of the healthcare professionals. Oh, we have the answer for everything. Now people want to free themselves, and they want clean soil. They want nutrient rich soil for the organic food, organic non-GMO foods to grow. And they also don't want this whole gene therapy being introduced into their lettuce and stuff like that. They don't want these things. And so we're in a fight not only for that narcissistic kind of way for our own hearts soil, but the actual soil that's out here in the world, on earth today. It's being made sick to make you sick so that your lives become sicker and you go into the hospitals and whatever. Don't let these people determine your outcome. Fight tirelessly against that kind of tide. Don't let it drag you down. Don't let these people drag you down in the mud, especially these people that you love and that are closest to you. These are the main and leading root causes of a lot of disease. A lot of diseases stem from narcissistic abuse because you can't be put in that hypervigilance state of mind for your body, and then when you come home and you're like folded up on yourself, being thrown into it time and time again. No, these things are going to take effects on your mind, not just your mental state, your actual brain's ability to be used for your benefit, just like your health in now a rapid decline, just like anything that it's put upon you in that way. I believe wholeheartedly diabetes, a lot of heart disease, chronic illnesses, autoimmune disorders, parasites. There's all sorts of things that can happen and come into play from these kinds of abuses that would not otherwise be within your body or you having to fight through as well. So with all of this being said, you have umpteen things that you're fighting. You're fighting for the energy to get to work. You're fighting for the energy just to get up sometimes. Don't let it drag you down. Don't let it drag you down. You're not like those who seek to harm you. You're not like those at all. And you will never make it your victorious crown, so to speak, to like do that to people. So don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Continue being a good person and continue doing the best that you know how to do. So let's commit to this kind of hard work and stay focused on that kind of success together, because in that togetherness is where we achieve our greatest success. And I don't care if it's 2 people together, 12 people together, or 500 people together. In that way, that, in a nutshell, is success. So don't give up. I hope that you guys stay focused, and you keep your good spirit about you to push through whatever you have in front of you. I love y'all. Thanks for being here. It means a lot to me that you are. So if you do like my message, please share it, comment, and hit that like button. It means a lot more to me than you guys think. So thanks for being here. Peace out.
Young men today have a worse life than even young women, and they have all of their own problems. I'm not saying their problems don't exist, but for the average young man today, women expect him to be a millionaire at 20, which he isn't. Nobody gives a shit about his opinion. He can kill himself, nobody cares. He isn't born with any innate value because he's not beautiful like a woman is. So he has to build himself from the ground up. He has no teachers in any way. There's people like us on the internet, fine, but everyone around him is going to convince him that we're bad people. Everything he's being told in regards to his natural feelings, his natural instincts and inclinations, he's being told makes him a bad person, makes him toxic for feeling like a man in any way. It's very hard to be a young man today, and they feel disenfranchised with the system. So they find solutions. They start listening to me, and they go, oh, I feel better if I do this. I feel better if I go to the gym. I feel better if I start to take responsibility and take accountability. I feel better if I'm not afraid of pain anymore. I feel better if I understand that I'm supposed to suffer, that that's what's going to make me the best person that I could possibly be, that my youth is supposed to be spent doing difficult things so that I have the light and the dark.
You better listen to me and listen to me good. Don't you ever, and I mean ever forget how they played you in order to make somebody else feel comfortable.
Bingo.
Stand up, fam, this hell ride ain't a joke. They playing with lives, sent on secure paths, leaving us deprived, feeling incomplete in insecure ways, trapped in despair, to rest in our darkest days of our lives, as if we weren't already in that kind of darkened way, darkened place from the before ways that you played me out like, whoa, turning nights into days, darkness, night, lights, hours of the strife that's left in sight, pretend to care, pretend to be there, it's just a fake facade, they live in pulling strings, life and up ain't fair when you're trying to life up and they play in God. You think you're ready for this kind of attack, where stacks and stacks are sent to God, and that's a fact. Caught in this hell ride, pain's just a little bit of that life. 2-inch lives over, driving me insane. They moving into shadows and darkest betrayal, deceived with their malice, performing with no avail, crafting in that dark art out of their dark hearts, and treachery in their aim, pretend to be friends and pretend to be their frenemies in the end, bringing that kind of pain, snakes in the data mind, collected for their only course of action this time, leaving good hearts broken and off their course, manipulated through every single avenue they take, living their lives just to craft out in their lies, crafting out in that dark wake. You ain't ready for this kind of attack back, stacks and stacks sent to God, and that's a fact. Caught up in this kind of hell ride that I didn't even want to get in, man. It's a crime over my life, taking me down in this kind of fucked up way. Faithless hearts dragging me into the fucked in ground, dragging my heart through that mud in every kind of way. Deceit and malice, relationships resigned, same cycle on repeat, heartbreak to the end. Heartbreak of friendship set up to attack, to get you off your own track. Prayers sent up to God, and I'm trying to fight back, closed off in my mind with words to say to the Lord, giving him that pain, the darkest days that I've endured evermore. You don't know my struggle, you don't know my plight. My life in pain is a disgrace and a despair, left me in feeling insane, trapped in my hardest core, black and blue. My heart's hardcore heart, my heart's hardcore heart, and this heartbreak heart's destroyed, knowing what they do to me, holding on to my chest that I'm left up on my own floor, feeling like I'm dying that day, playing their needlessly, endlessly, words that they kept on word playing like a craft in their own dark ways, kept me crying, kept me asking God, step up into this mess for me, cause I'm in emotional ruin and in this kind of financial duress, and that's not just a little bit of it, man. You ain't ready for this kind of attack, when I've sent stacks and stacks up to God, and that's just a fact. 2 inches over, our lives driving me insane, poisoned up in my own body, and I can't fall asleep at night sometimes, holding on to my own heart's hurt, my own wounds that ran so deep, so fuck you. What the fuck did you do? What the fuck did you do with my information, G? You put me through hell, you got me lost up in my own thoughts and memories, and under that kind of fucked up spell, now memories flood back, locked in with the Lord, cause I asked him back then, and I just remembered it now, that I asked him back then to lock in my words in those kind of ways, my memories, and fighting with my sword, dealing with that monster that you created in me. I'm coming back forevermore, cause you left me leapt up on that floor forevermore. I ain't backing off, this is my decree. You designed this mess, now face the wrath. You're a bitch just like the rest, walking on that kind of new path. This is a citizen's arrest, justice I'll find for the both of you who tried to leave me blind in every single kind of fucked up way.
Dreamers,
go-getters, people who are refusing to accept life just as it is. You will be misunderstood. I accept the challenge of being misunderstood. I accept the challenge of you guys not understanding what I see. I accept the challenge of you guys making fun of me when I'm not around. I accept the challenge that lies ahead.
And half of them don't know what you're going through. They might see your war wounds, but they won't understand your pain because they never felt your pain because you built different. You really built different.
And God will provide for them, chosen by God. You feel me?
I'm in my zone, I'm all alone, I feel alright. I don't really care about what you say, I'm in my pride. What you know about it? You can never make my level sorry. You can pay me, don't matter. All the hate don't matter. In any time now don't matter. In any place, yeah, don't matter. You know I don't give up. The burning plate don't matter. The heavy rain don't matter. Ain't nothing ever gonna break me apart.
Yeah, this hell ride ain't no joke. They play with lies now. Secure paths that depraved us of our whole love lives now. Feeling incomplete and feeling insecure ways. Trapped into despair in those kind of dark and dark days. Yeah, they needed me down. Needed that frown, so sorry for myself now. But I'm in a 10x my resolute now. Coming straight off that shelf. Lord, hold me together when they try to break me the fuck apart. They don't know my life. They can't feel my heart or my heart's beat from the start. You don't know my pain or my plight and my grind. I'm trying to erase what they call life. And this is the Lord's design.
I'm in my zone, I'm all alone, I feel alright. I don't really care about what you say, I'm in my pride. What you know about it? You can never make my level sorry. You can pay me, don't matter. All the hate don't matter. In any time now don't matter. In any place, yeah, don't matter. You know I don't give up. The burning plate don't matter. The heavy rain don't matter. Ain't nothing ever gonna break me apart.
Yeah, pretend a friend to be about that life from jump. Ditching your own heart's work and treating me and fam like chumps. Leaving me in the dark for days. Pitch black abyss, told my Lord's plans played that way. Bright out of this darkest night of my life. Left me so incomplete. How could you be so mean? Knowing me so damn well. And leapt upon that scene. On that battlefield of my own home's ground. The Heartwerk G-Flow, I'm in that zone now. In a G-Work vision, that's what I own. In plastic ways and fake ass smiles to this day. Life's a mess, and they detest us and leave them trials the best. Suicidal thoughts, addicted and lost out inside of our own selves.
I'm in my zone, I'm all alone, I feel alright. I don't really care about what you say, I'm in my pride. What you know about it? You can never make my level sorry.
Years off track, I'm hitting them back.
You can pay me, don't matter.
Lyrical attack.
Don't matter.
Pops can eat that.
Don't matter. In any place,
Eat that.
you know I don't
Years
give
off
up.
track.
The burning plate don't
Now I'm
matter.
hitting back.
The heavy rain
It's a
don't
lyrical
matter.
vision
Ain't nothing
left on
ever
this
gonna
track.
break me apart.
Left on this track, this lyrical vision. Hawks can eat that. Prayers up to the Lord, resolute and strong way. Through that hellish ride, can't do me wrong today. You don't know my life, you don't know my pain. Just from what you took away, you hack. You knew my pain, but you can't erase what God ordained.